Hey there, everyone. It's the host of the Machine of Nonsense, Eric. So, episode 168, we ran into some pretty intense audio issues. So, a lot of it actually had to be scrapped, unfortunately. Done my best to Frankenstein it together, and I think we have an episode that will tell you what we did. Our goal was to have some matchups from the bracket of nonsense and pick some winners there. So we ended up picking 3 winners and then going down to a tiebreaker, which you have all probably seen on our social media. Go and vote for that tiebreaker, but no spoilers yet. Here, just wanted to make this note that this will probably be a shorter episode because I've had to really Frankenstein it together and get around some of the audio issues we have. But between the episode and some social media posts we're going to make and the help you're doing with our poll on the tiebreaker, we're set here. And stick around at the very tail end. I'm going to have a note on a new set of kind of prompts that we'll be having in future episodes using the bracket of the nonsense characters, but in new and unique ways. So enjoy the episode. Bye-bye. Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 168, and we are talking the bracket of nonsense. We have each brought one matchup that we need to desperately have from the bracket of nonsense, and we will battle to the death. Well, the characters will, not us. There may be death. I don't know. Tomas, what have you been up to?
Fucking life.
Oh yeah.
Nah, just super busy. Life stuff. Like all of my family lives down here now, so been doing a lot of stuff like that. Tony's got a pool, so we went and hung out there for Mother's Day, which was sick. I jumped on a slip and slide. That was fun until I racked my ribs on the 3rd jump, and
Yeah, how do kids do that? Just body dive onto the ground?
Either you got to get the right low, you got to. There's a method to it, man, and then you can feel all the rocks and pebbles underneath the thing, just kind of not.
They should make those things thicker.
They should, not completely eviscerating your body, but enough to know that there's potential for a Final Destination movie apparatus there. But yeah, other than that, just surviving this awful Florida heat. It's fucking heat index has been about 103 this week, all week. A bowl of soup, and my air conditioning's out. So as far as new video game stuff, I think I finally hit that wall on Final Fantasy VII. Not that I don't hate it, but I don't love it anymore. It does so many things. It spoon feeds you well. I think the thing that broke me, I don't know how far everyone is.
I am very far.
I just got the Cosmo Canyon halfway through it, finding all the shit. The thing that broke me was when you're doing the relic stuff in chapter 9, they cut you off halfway through finishing that.
Yeah, it sucked. Yeah.
And I literally felt like I just got pushed off the side of a cliff. And
yep. I felt exactly the same way. Wait, I can't finish this region while I'm in this region. It did take me a minute to okay, let's just keep going.
Yeah, and then I slogged through Guganga, and then I got the Cosmo Canyon, and life caught up. And honestly, I've just been going back to my what I found to be my steady dopamine little pill, playing the old Pokemon trading card video game for Game Boy. So but yeah, nothing really new. I watched the first episode of Bridgerton season 3. That's probably the newest thing I did. Yeah. Very, very. I had to take a shower after it, so
Ooh,
it's got all this, it's got all the stuff.
coffee.
No. Air conditioning was still working when I watched that one. So
Not there, don't.
Well, it was a cold shower, so at least you didn't need.
I'm telling you, man, Colin Bridgerton lost about like 15 pounds, cut up, looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Still pretty emotionally aloof, but my God,
What's the word? Because that's taking place like what 1700s or something.
18 something or whatever.
What's the workout regimen for a lad?
I don't know.
Traveler, so he's
he's a world
an
traveler.
artiste.
He's Mr. Worldwide.
I didn't watch it yet, but I know everything that's happened because it's been out for 2 days, and I have looked at Instagram just a little bit.
Nah, you gotta stay away from that shit. Like every time I go into Google, there's like 3 things trending about like Bridgerton season 3, and it's only halfway out. That's the thing that. Like, but they're smart. I think they're releasing the second part of the season like 3 days before the second season of House of Dragon. So trying to get in there right before they get obliterated. So
I bet you Bridgerton gets more views than House of the Dragon.
I don't know. I mean, you got romance in Bridgerton, and then you got bromance in House of the Dragon. I think that's like probably the only new thing I've really checked out. Just not much going on. Like I'm starting to notice like, all the shows that got bottlenecked by like the strikes are like coming out now, and I'm like, holy shit, man! Like trying to remember everything that happened like in that like year and a half gap. I was like, oh, like I kind of know what she's talking about. I don't know. So yeah, the Bears. Yeah, Bears already coming.
Bears so fast. That's some.
Man,
because those people like to work. Jeremy Allen White, and then Ira DeBerry is like, work, sleep. What's that?
Yeah, fucking dude's a workhorse.
Man, not gonna have Res Dogs to match it this year again, but
Ooh,
won't be Scavenger's Reign. I'm just gonna stream that constantly on one of my TVs. Just run it.
You better going.
Indiana loves Scavenger's Reign. We gotta bring that.
Got that Midwest swing, yo.
Yeah.
We also watched all the Planet of the Apes except for the 70s ones.
Ooh, look at you guys doing the work.
Hail Caesar. Woo!
Yeah.
Let's put him on the bracket. I want to challenge everybody to Caesar.
Hail Caesar.
I love them. I love them. They're so good. You start watching them, and at first it's like, oh, these are fake animals. And then, like, a minute, the brain just flips and believes everything that's happening. They look so good. The action is so great in them. The storytelling is just as good in them. And, man, give me more.
Nice.
So me and Kayla have also been dying a lot in Helldivers 2.
Get good, guys. Come on.
Or the original push your shit in like by like the third planet.
It's not like you can really get better armor or anything. Sometimes just
get good, guys.
Get good. You need numbers in that game for sure.
Or like it's like one at a time. Like it just takes a while to get through the herd, and then it's like, fuck. We gotta go. We can't even go to that thing. We haven't even really moved very far because it just kept coming, and here we are.
I'm sure it's similar to the first one where you take too long with an objective, and you just like, oh, a second horde is here, a third is on the way. Like, oh man.
And then Mike don't got enough rocket launchers to keep all the big guys off of you. And I've run out of ammo resupplies.
So one of us dies, and then we drop the restock on the big guy. We fucking win.
Yeah, help us.
Yeah, I'll put in my 2 weeks this week because I won't have any time.
I'll do it if you do.
All right, Mike, what have you been on?
That bullshit.
Deep into the Elden Ring. I am close
I
to
forgot you
becoming
dove back.
Elder Lord for a second time. I am at the Halig Tree, the like secret area. Gonna whip that shit again. And then Owen and I have made a bet recently where he was kind of bringing up his favorite boss of all time, which is Sans from Undertale. And he's like,
Okay.
you know, do you think Sans would beat Jevil? And Jevil is from Deltarune, Toby Fox's other game. And I was like, I think Jevil might have it, and he was just like, no, Sans would beat him. He would do this, he would do that. And I'm just like, whoa. So I'm like, well, which boss do you think could beat Sans? And he did not, I think, have an answer for that because he thinks Sans is like the guy.
Top tier.
So then I'm like,
Sans, so he can't be that hard.
I brought up like an Elden Ring boss, which I knew he had never heard of. But anyway, I was like, well, if you could beat that guy, then maybe I'll. So then we made a bet, like if I can beat Sans first, or if he can beat Radigan first, from Elden Ring, and then whoever beats this boss first gets to pick a game for the other person to play. So I have an extra little bonus going on in my Elden Ring playthrough now. There are harder bosses. I could have named, Melania or something, or Placidusax, but I didn't. I think I got him on this. If I have to be, I think I'm going to be able to beat Sans faster than
he can do it. I think you can grind it.
And so this is the thing. He's not playing Elden Ring. He is just going to try to beat this boss from.
Oh my god.
From that, I'm not making him play up to that point. So he is going to go from knowing nothing of the game to fighting the final boss, and he thinks he can do it. So he seems very confident. We'll see. I'm trying to get him to break out of this Undertale spell that he's under right now, because it's all he wants to play over and over. Which I guess it's cool, but I'm like, we have so many games. Come on, if I had this library when I was a kid. Jeez. But anyway, Elden Ring is fantastic. It is growing up my list quickly. My top 100, I think. I really love it. But other than Elden Ring, I played a little bit of Animal Well, the game funded by Donkey. It's like a cool throwback puzzle platformer kind of game where you're just a little blob character that can jump around, and it's kind of Metroidy where you have a map, and it's room by room by room, and you're getting items that let you distract these like animals in this well and get further into the well and shit. And very frustrating kind of game so far for me. The platforming is like you have to be perfect on some of these jumps, and you're like falling into spikes, and it's checkpoints aren't great, and it's just like a domino effect, like frustration a little bit. It's a really striking looking game. Like it's very old school look, but with updated flourishes. Like, you get like a firecracker item that can distract certain animals you can't get past, and the effects on the firecrackers are really good, and the plant life moves with the game in a cool way, and really neat. I think I'm going to go back to it once Elden Ring. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Erdtree is close, but excited to maybe go back to that and watch Love Lies Bleeding. Really enjoyed that film. Katie M. O'Brien performance was just like really cool. Like I just the amount of confidence that she has to have in that. Plays the muscular woman alongside Kristen Stewart in this love noir thriller kind of movie. And man, it's a movie I don't want to say too much about. I think it has an ending that people might be 50-50 on. I land on the camp that I thought it was really good, and kind of was able to just like, I think it means this. And I could see why people would think like, what the fuck was that? But I highly recommend it. I had to rent that one on Amazon. I thought it was really worth it. And other than that, I started Hacks season 3. Enjoying that. I'm just like 1 or 2 episodes in, and still seems like Hacks, which is great for me. It's like if the Funny People, the Adam Sandler movie, was kind of a series. Or a comedy legend with an up and coming writer, their kind of relationship thing, and it's really good. Highly recommend that as well. And yeah, excited to battle here.
All right, so we're doing the bracket of nonsense matchups a little bit different in this episode and in future episodes. So from now on, we are each going to pick one matchup that we really want to see per episode, and we're going to go and we're going to do that and see who gets to round 2, round 3, etc. So we're not doing them in any specific order. We're going to pick a matchup each, and then we're going to go into those matchups. So do any of you guys want to start? Is there a particular matchup you really want to see get into round 2?
I had a good matchup that I wanted to bring up, but now I have to find backup. So if anyone else has...
I wanted to do one, but like it was kind of like a little contingent on D. So
I didn't want to go first, but I can.
if you went first, actually, you know what? I got a good backup one. Shall I go?
Yeah.
All right.
Hit it.
Easter Kennedy.
Okay.
And Mr. Skywalker. Both got that emo boy appeal, that drip, you know?
I would like to just rip off the Band-Aid.
Rain or shine, you're going down.
I sit.
I'm a pot stir.
When I say I would like to rip off the Band-Aid, the choice is Leon over Anakin.
Really?
And I don't want to draw it out because it is a hard choice.
Oh man,
but if
I was completely waiting to hear the Anakin case. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I was. You were the reason for choosing this.
I've already kind of made my hard choices, and they're just kind of. You just cut it. You just boom, make it, and move on.
Yep.
Because Anakin has a lot of issues, and there's almost too much of him out there to spoil his goods. Where Leon has more of a bit of a mystique.
Is it the hunky factor? Because Leon's just kind of become like a meme for me of just like he's.
Yeah, I don't love the fact that I was like, I'm going to find something Leon on C2E2, and there was nothing but him, like, laid out in crop tops and G-strings. Yeah. I don't love that fact of it.
Hands, if you will.
Yeah, it is very much a thing. Leon has grown on me a lot with the re-release of 4 and just how good it looks, and just like the obsession that like did spark there. Whereas maybe Anakin has kind of sizzled out a little bit. I was happy to see him in Ahsoka. Like that was some of the best part of Ahsoka, but I think that it's just kind of had its time. And
he doesn't have the high ground.
He doesn't.
And Leon pointing an RPG right at his face.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't jive with the story of either of these franchises like very well. And I guess
rails.
Star Wars, I guess, just makes more sense to me that way. I kind of get at least what Anakin's about, and Leon is just kind of, he's just a dude who's keeps getting in the wrong situation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, he goes from being a rookie cop to like being in the Secret Service somehow.
Fucking John Rambo. Yeah.
Based on surviving a fucked up situation.
There's a lot of in-between shit. Like Resident Evil, like the whole series as a whole, like
weird.
Just not good at filling in like the gaps. Like there's probably like over 50 Resident Evil games, and like 8 of them are mainline, you know, so.
But I've also like been Leon Kennedy, and I feel fucking good. Everything feels so good in RE4, and whereas I wish I could be feeling that good as Anakin, I've never been given that. So
you need to play
Cal Kestis is the best I get. And Cal, I do more Cal.
I like that argument about how good it feels to lumber around with Leon, and
it's always felt good too, man.
Yeah. Right.
You know, once a year, getting behind the sticks of.
I could do that. I could get back into a thing.
Yeah, like just. God, I think up until the remake.
You're right.
Up until the remake, I probably played RE4 at least once a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it still feels good.
I think it's just right.
Even though I've gotten so good at it, like man, it still feels satisfying. Like just fucking nailing like quick time shit. Like I feel so in control. Like nothing really like once you get like a handle on it, nothing really feels too like bullshit. You know. I mean, sometimes you get fucked over, but you know, it's like game just good.
Carrying a chainsaw person, you know,
slaps
him in the fucking head with a shotgun. It's
then sometimes
it's Leon doing that, and so I think that counts. Like that badassness. We have characters on here that are just here because they're badasses, you know.
They are.
But then Leon opens his mouth a little bit, you know, and then kind of. That's why I
improved on that. We have seen improvement happen.
Okay.
Of Anakin, I think he's full of passion and anger that is like something against Jedi's ways, and I think the Jedi ways are stupid, so he's like a beacon of hope for me in that stupid, like, push down the patriarchy or whatever. Yeah, I'm a fan of having feelings and kill the people who hurt our loved ones. Yeah, fuck yeah, we do.
I mean, Alderaan had it coming.
To give him just like a loving shout out, he's always been like a character that I loved and wanted to stick up for, but he just can't make it. His longevity has petered out. Yeah.
As far as Star Wars characters go and like development, like he's the one, you know. So
he was a hell of a pod racer.
Hell yeah, he was.
Holy shit.
Well, we're not for Franny.
All right, in the first matchup of today, we have Leon S. Kennedy over Anakin Skywalker. What's our next matchup, guys?
Gosh, I feel like I shouldn't have to go now.
Kill one of my characters. It's okay.
No, I don't want to do that either. Wait a minute.
Some of these matchups
Peter Parker off, didn't we?
No.
Oh, I thought he was in the before that we've moved off into the championship.
I think you're confusing him with Bender, which is understandable. Very similar characters. Bender bending Rodriguez.
All right, here's where I'm going to step in and say we should have the matchup between Sheehan from Mare of Easttown versus Naru from Prey. And really, this one comes down to, you know, Mare is such a well-realized character, like such a really a part that's usually played by men, just like a greasy detective, greasy cop kind of character who's down on their luck, kind of just this person you almost feel sorry for, but also can hate, but love as well as you follow them, versus Naru, who takes on an alien, takes on a predator from the Predator series, and is basically a superhero, like through the events of the film, like does better than everyone else at this impossible task of taking on a predator in Native American times, and just like two incredibly strong female characters, and I think we have to talk about them and choose a winner.
You can strip the predator out of it and just make it a saber-toothed tiger or something, you know, and it just really works with her story, her just, not a girl yet not a woman kind of thing going on. She wants to do more than she's allowed to, and gets to prove it by fucking killing a predator. It's fucking awesome.
Killing a goddamn predator.
They're both like kind of nitty and gritty and violent, or like they're not living glamorous lives, but still Naru and Prey is, obviously more inspirational and more of like, I like that we see a young person make like a good choice and like make, succeed and do well. Like a lot of times I really don't like the way they portray young people. I mean, young people are influenceable and they make wild, stupid choices a lot of times. Nobody really likes Atreus in God of War. They're a bit whiny. This is just a young girl who handles the business, gets it done, and I want to see more of that, like you said, versus more of Mare.
None of these goddamn kids want to work.
I think they're both pretty similar. Like they're both kind of the smartest in their tribes, but also just so brash and kind of headstrong that they get in their own way at times.
It's a survival instinct, literally.
Man, they both lose a lot. And they're they come out on top, but they both have, Naru loses her brother and Mare loses her sidekick, her partner, and just like her whole family structure falls apart by the end of it, even though she has to do what's right. Man,
it's rough.
So tough, because Mare's like a Fincher character in a way, and Naru is more Arnold in that, like, she gets to have the major victory in the end, and
that's pretty sick though.
That scream at the end just sticks in my head. Like,
that's so cool though.
When I just want to feel like I need to pick me up, like I need to be a beast. Think of Naru. Man, Mare just had a tough go right now, I think. Man,
it's the seeding, man. It's
like I would argue Mare against a lot of people, but I don't know. Naru just feels right. Amber Midthunder as Naru. What a name. Sounds like a Killer Instinct character. It's so cool.
That is pretty.
Yeah, I like Naru.
All right.
Can we just change it to Amber as Amber Midthunder?
Didn't Mare end up going against Rust like last year's or last bracket? I don't want to say last year. Yeah. And we hit that brick wall already.
Poor man, Mare. It's fitting for her. She
can deal with the disappointment better.
True that. She knew she wasn't gonna make it.
All right, so in our second matchup of the day, we have Naru from Prey beating Mare Sheehan from Mare of Easttown. What's our next matchup, guys?
I will say, with X-Men 97 on the brain, I wanted to do Robo Charles Xavier, but I'll save it.
I do want to say that since Noho Hank beat Domo and Kashu, I'm just going to call him Noho Kashu.
Perfect. Do we want? I have a suggestion to do right now. That's kind of a tough one.
Ooh.
Shoot.
Ooh.
Nathan and Arthur.
Oh. I'll let you guys fight this one out.
I don't know where to go yet. We got to start this out.
I mean,
Man,
I'm kind of leaning.
Arthur's just tragic. There's a real tragic story there to Arthur.
we know one literally has a superpower that prevents him from dying.
Lucky was
we know it's not Arthur.
And then the other one has a superpower called tuberculosis. So,
I mean, it's the two companies that are doing the pinnacle of that style of thing, of story, focusing on story first, and the animation and the faces and things like that. It really helps a lot because they do it the best,
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a dude. Nathan is a believable, dude.
Dude, yeah. I've probably seen a Nathan Drake in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And with Nathan, we get, 5 games if you want to count Vita stuff, but we get a lot of time with Nate, and we get to experience, all of his stuff with, Sully and Elena and his brother and everything, and every villain from every game. But man, with Arthur, I feel like you get a person's life, man. You get like
a real,
yeah,
like a more believable, this could be a real person, kind of thing.
You get closure, like just throughout the game, and just so many great moments, like the hot air balloon stuff, the moment with the nun, But you also get you get Nathan stuff too. You get the heist on the riverboat and all of these, big things happen, burning down that plantation and stuff like that. And he's funny too. You get the Lenny stuff in the bar, you get all of the great writing that those people had to slave their lives for a decade, probably, and I commend them for that. Same thing at Naughty Dog, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but these wizards over there, I don't know. I'm leaning Arthur.
I got a question to posit. Which one of these two men could kill Mario?
Bull. Mario would have a tough time against either of these two for me.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's an easier battle. It is hard. Every time, you guys talk about one of them, I'm like, yeah, you're right. This one will move on. And then you start talking about Arthur, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right.
I want to move on, too.
You get to see him deal with so much, realization in his life, but you can also play it in so many different ways, and there's so many opportunities that you have to make those decisions as Arthur, which adds a level. But Nate, you're kind of very linear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arthur is great. I don't know. I want more of both
Uncharted
of these
4 is really
things.
good, and
it's really good. So much. It's just such a fun time to play. How frustrating was Red Dead 2?
Yeah,
good point. If we have to suggest a feel factor, and Naughty Dog's not the master of this either, but compared to the molasses that poor Arthur has to struggle through to just get on a horse and to greet someone.
I'm going Nate too.
Damn.
You guys got to figure it out.
Nate Dogg or the Tie Maker.
We can put it out. This could be a...
What a good girl. What a good horse. Come on, it's Arthur. He loves his animals. Man, Arthur is a leader of men and women.
Yeah.
All right. And he's, God, just to see the train, like Eric said, to go from troubled youth to hardened criminal to what the fuck am I? What is this?
Are you talking about Nate right now? Because that's the same story of Nate.
But it's more believable with Arthur.
It's
It makes
more
sense.
believable with Arthur.
It's
like that's not his real name.
like
That's just some person he created and became.
Nate's a Disney version of that story, and I'm not saying that is it's what you want. It's what you're coming for. It's either you want that or you want this, and I want this. I want Arthur. When it comes down to it,
I've met Arthurs in real life, so like,
and when Nate comes to that realization, his answer was always, "I gotta steal more stuff."
yeah,
it's not like he's coming around to
it never changes.
It's just let's have one more go at it.
One more crack at it.
Arthur is like, man, this might be my last. This is it. I might die tomorrow.
I gotta do something.
And just how he appreciates every moment. And they both have a journal aspect to them, which is crazy how this kind of works. And Arthur's journal is like just amazing stuff to add personality to a person.
Yeah, it's much more personality stuff than like Nate doing puzzles. Yeah. The puzzles are fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It's Arthur. It's Arthur.
Heart wants what it wants.
Yeah, I'm in Arthur.
We're gonna need a tiebreaker then.
You're in Arthur, Tomas?
I'm going with the more relatable character for me, so
okay. That's a hell of a I think it's deserving.
I'm really just grabbing at the fact of like, okay, the one thing I can say bad is that Red Dead Redemption 2 was kind of buggy, and that's the only thing I'm clinging to help make my decision. So
I definitely had some fall through the earth forever moments in Uncharted, but they're different things. Uncharted is a roller coaster ride that is a pretty good like it's a roller coaster that doesn't break down that often, and Red Dead is a fucking world.
Right.
And man, yeah, I don't know. It's
Well, I also love diving into worlds. I also like a shorter dive. Uncharted gives me that too.
They perfected like a popcorn movie game.
Yes.
And hats off to them.
All right, so the matchup between Nathan Drake and Arthur Morgan will be decided by you. We will put our poll up onto all of our social media. You can either comment or click on the poll for whichever character you think should go on to round 2 of the Bracket of Nonsense. All right, Kayla, you're the last one who hasn't picked. What matchup do you want? The final matchup of the day in the Bracket of Nonsense.
God, I feel like all of my characters have been matched up, though. I feel like
you don't have to suggest anything involving yours.
You can get rid of a character you don't like too. It's like, I don't like that guy.
Well, did we not feel?
Are we gonna have the Kratos Bob talk?
I feel like a lot of them. I don't have a lot of. Let's do Joker and Wrex. Can we do that?
Okay. Oh, I thought you meant Joker from Mass Effect. That's Green's character. I was like, what? The moment I left Dark Knight, I felt the same way I finished Mass Effect. Like, Joker was fucking great, and I thought Wrex was great when I finished Mass Effect 1. Man, and through my playthroughs, I developed a lot of just like great relationship with Wrex, like with my Commander Shepard, and like at the end of Mass Effect 1, I guess we're doing spoilers for all this stuff we're talking about if we didn't say already. you convince Wrex to just not kill himself. Like, you have to. And if you don't have the stat big enough to convince him, you can lose him.
Yeah, I remember that choice.
And just, I don't know, just the weight of the extinction of a whole race is on his shoulders. And just my boy Wrex, like, I love fighting with him. Like, just him in a shotgun, me in a shotgun, just taking on hallways and hallways of the same enemy over and over again.
Oh God, yeah, he was.
Then to have him later on, he becomes like the leader of his race and everything, the Krogans, and just his stuff with Morden and the Genophage and all of that, and man. Just to walk past him and hear Shepard, just that's it, man. We don't have to fucking say a lot. We just need that, and he reminds me of kind of like the One Piece crew in a way, just the kind of different relationships that Luffy has with everyone, and how that whole thing works.
So you're Zoro.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's second in command to me, always.
You don't got to worry about him. Your boy's going to take care of business.
Right. Sure. Yeah. Well, Garrus gets more. He's playable in like every game.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Ledger's Joker, like, you just get closure with Wrex. There's always said, Dark Knight Rises always had the Heath Ledger hole in that movie of like, where's the Joker at? Like, and maybe that's good, to always want more of that, and to never. Now we can't have it ever.
Everybody's been chasing it since it happened.
Yeah,
but everybody's trying to do that,
jumping at the bit.
So, damn.
Wow. Like. Joker in general, though, like, that Heath Ledger Joker, great. I mean, I think Mike made a really good point about, Hamill as well, though. It's like fucking. If there's one thing that DC does pretty well, like, consistently, it's animated DC stuff.
Yeah.
Well, how many bad Jokers have there been? Like, one, really?
Like, horrible?
Yeah. And for him to be considered the best, that's a big thing, because they've all been pretty good. Like Nicholson, Cesar Romero, whatever, back in the day.
Mustache Joker.
Like, to even I liked Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. What he's
it's a different kind.
Oh yeah. Barry Keoghan will probably be a wacky weirdo fucking Joker for sure.
It's a good character.
I still think, though, even when you bring up all these other Jokers, there's a certain flair that they all have that Heath Ledger's does not. Heath Ledger's is like a.
It certainly nails the madness and the
the
comedy,
and just
the mayhem of it all.
Obviously, the laughter is something that, like, when you picture all the other ones, they are smiling. They literally are smiling, and this one has the scars for the smile, and he is just not okay. Like, he really pushes, like, the question. Like, he just poses so many questions. Just wants to watch the world burn. It just is a different flair that Heath Ledger's Joker brings than all the other Jokers do. He does separate himself.
Man, do I take this guy seriously? And then that scene happens right away, and it's like, oh, of course you do. You have to.
He's here for business
to do that. Yeah. Is my boy Wrex dead here? Is he?
I
love Wrex, man, but like, I haven't played Mass Effect like 6 times in a row. Like, I saw this movie like 6 times in theaters. I convinced people to go see this movie.
Is that one of those? He convinced me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was blown away. Not even just by the performance, but like the movie in general was just fucking good, man. It's like there's not many like breaks in this movie. Like there's not much wasted time, I feel like. But not talking about the movie, talking about Joker. Um, Heath Ledger's Joker. But yeah, when it comes to like ratcheting it up to like 1,000 straight, just sociopath, psychopathic Joker, no rhyme, no reason. Just I'm fucking around with the city, regardless of what the mobsters got to say about it, regardless of what the Harvey Dent's got to say, regardless of what Batman's got to say. Like I'm just gonna I'm fucking unhinged. Like it's I don't know, man. He's just good. He's good at what he's going for, what he's aiming for in the performance. Like, and he never lets off the gas. Like, that's good. What can we say about this that we haven't said probably like on another 2-hour podcast about this character?
Wrex had his due. I think, like, I do love when something, like Mike had mentioned, like, when you walk by him, you just hear that Shepherd. And yeah. I love the thing like that. It made me think of Karlak, and then I was like, damn, how the fuck did we do this bracket before we played Baldur's Gate? What the fuck?
Yeah, we must have added characters before that. There would probably be one or two on here. But,
yeah.
We should put Mike on this bracket. You're like the best at dropping like that one like line that like almost makes me think like towards your direction. Like it's like your own personal relationship with this character. That's a pretty convincing argument, Mike.
I mean, I get it. There is another Wrex type character on this bracket that I will want to fight harder for.
Tooth and nail.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker's kind of undeniable. It's very good.
I'll give you your other one, Mike.
Cool.
I'm not impressed with him as much as I was when I nominated him. So
it's a social event. Like everybody's in it. Still, I bet you that Joker tattoos are amongst like the top 5 tattoos that tattoo artists still do today, and that you
top 5 mistakes
on people's bodies. Right. Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, the Midwest is filled with toxic couples that want to be Joker and Harley Quinn.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our 4th and final matchup. We have Heath Ledger's Joker over Urdnot Wrex from Mass Effect. All right, I teased it in the intro, but we're going to do something a little bit different on future episodes with some of the characters from the Bracket of Nonsense. So we assembled 64 characters, and we're still going to continue the bracket. We're still going to go into further rounds and have head-to-head matchups, but I thought it'd be fun to take those 64 characters and put them on teams. We have them competing against each other. Well, now I want to create the greatest team-ups that we can come up with. So I'm thinking we use certain prompts, like I'm gonna start off on a future episode, probably on the next episode, and actually create a 9-player baseball team, like a baseball starting lineup with the characters from the Bracket of Nonsense. So, imagine, I don't know, Thanos hitting cleanup if you're a baseball fan. Who's my leadoff hitter? Maybe it's Peter Parker. I don't know. But we'll discuss that in probably in our next episode. But I also want to do a bunch of other team-ups. Like, we can do an NBA starting 5. I think that's perfect for Mike there. We can do a D&D standard party. So who's the cleric? Who's the fighter? Who is the rogue? Who's the mage in our Bracket of Nonsense? How about wrestling groups like the NWO, for example? Like, who's the NWO of the bracket, right?
Daniel Plainview is the Hulkster. got a wrestling promotion. I run it with my son. It's a family business. Suplexes and DDTs. For you and me.
Oh my god.
And even if they've been eliminated, they're still in.
Yeah, the whole 64.
Eric, be honest. Do you already have your starting 9? Like, I'm putting the Joker on 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, we'll come up with the other ones that I haven't even thought of yet. Definitely.
Starting 6 Pokemon. Hey, it's like, well, what's my team that I'm taking into the Elite Four?
Lou Bloom.
Lou Bloom.
Lou Vile Bloom.
Lou Vile Bloom. There it is.
All right, that is episode 168 of The Machine of Nonsense. We had 4 more battles on the bracket of nonsense. Naru from Prey took out Mare. Sheehan from Mare of Easttown. Leon S. Kennedy beat out Anakin Skywalker. And Heath Ledger's Joker beat out Urdnot Wrex, but we have one last matchup that will come to a tiebreaker. So go on social media, vote in the poll, leave a comment of who you think should win. Go ahead and email us, machineofnonsense@gmail.com. I'm going to count every single vote. So, whether it's social media, email, maybe just send me a text message, whatever. We will find out who wins between Nathan Drake and Arthur Morgan. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Bracket of Nonsense. For Kayla, for Mike, for Tomas, we're saying goodbye.
So,
To me, my X-Men vendors.
No.